In three, two, one. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Bret from the Bret Factor. Today, we're doing another movie review, and here's my snowball. Let me just throw it down here a little bit. It's a little close. It looks cool. I could just hold it like a chalice. Oh, snowball. Yeah, I just went monk on this one. So today we're reviewing. It might be a little echoey in here too, because I still have no gear in my apartment. It's still empty. It's going to be like that for at least another 2 weeks, maybe 3. We'll see. No rush though. I don't need things. I have my air mattress and clothing and my computer. That's all we need. So we're reviewing. Let's get into this. We're reviewing Goon 2, The Last Enforcer, right? And this is it's a Canadian movie. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the first Goon, which is pretty much a hockey movie about an enforcer who beats the crap out of people. That's his job on the ice. That's pretty much the gist of this whole movie. That's the gist of the Goon franchise. Is like he's a goon. He joins a hockey team. He becomes a leader of the hockey team. He beats up people. People get motivated when people are getting beaten up. Classic hockey motifs. So if you're into the hockey, you definitely will be into this movie. But I kind of thought it was a little like I liked Goon 1. Way back, I can't remember when that one came out. It feels like 3 or 4 years ago now. But when Goon 1 came out, I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it. I probably streamed it off of something, and I got into it. Like I watched it. I've seen that movie about 4 times because it's a good hockey movie, so to speak. The sequences in it are really nice. The hockey sequences are nice, and the way it's shot it makes you feel like you're actually watching hockey. And there's story peppered in there too. Obviously, there's what's his face. I'm not gonna what's his face. Sean William Scott is Doug. He's a Jewish hockey player, which is kind of funny itself. And so in the sequel, we have Doug with Eva, his wife or fiance, I guess. I think they got married in the first one. I can't remember. So in this one, they're having a baby. I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to pepper out some spoilers in here because I'm going to spoil the movie a little bit because we got to talk about the movie, right? I guess that's what we have to do here. If we're going to review it, we got to talk about it. So here comes some spoilers about the story. So Doug gets his butt kicked by this dude named Wyatt Russell, who plays the character Andrews Kane. So yeah, and Andrews Kane is like the new bad boy in town, and he beats up the old guard, which is Doug. That's his name. Beats up Doug, and it's actually a pretty nice fight. There's tons of blood in this movie. I couldn't believe it. There was just blood spilling everywhere. In the hockey fights, there's tons of blood like I couldn't believe it. And when I got to there too, like I put an Instagram out there of my theater being empty because I went and saw it at lunchtime, and eventually there's some people showed up, like a bunch of kids with their parents. And it was really weird, really, really weird because there was a lot of violence in this movie, lots of blood, lots of hockey violence. And there's also a ton of swearing for swearing's sake, like just tons of it. Like I like to swear. Everyone knows this. I like to swear. But these guys it felt like they were swearing for swearing's sake just because they could, because I guess it is an R-rated movie or PG, it's 14 plus or whatever it is in Canada. I don't know what that means. Because I remember it saying you had to be accompanied by adult, so PG-13 plus because of the violence and the swearing in it. And it's just tons of swearing. But in general, the movie itself centers on this conflict of the hockey team and the ups and downs of them being a crappy hockey team and the enforcers and all this stuff. It's kind of boring. In a way, the story around Doug and Ava, because they're having a baby and he's quitting and he becomes like an insurance salesman. It's okay. Like there's things there that are okay, but I noticed that this movie really borrowed a lot from the Rocky franchise, and I'm a huge Rocky fan. So this movie really borrows a lot from Rocky 3, 4, and 5, so to speak. Because you have the character, I can't remember Levi's character in this movie, Ross. So Ross was beaten up in Goon 1, right? And he was the old guard then. And now he's into these under like UFC ice skating fight show stuff. And so Doug goes and talks to him to learn how to fight with his left arm. And that totally reminds me of Rocky 3 with Clubber Lang when he goes to talk to Apollo to learn how to fight black boxers. I guess that's really what happens, but just to learn to fight in that style because his old style doesn't work anymore. He had to learn how to fight with the other hand because he was a southpaw and he needed to learn how to fight with the other hand. That's really it. Scratch that black boxing part. Whatever. That happens in this movie. Like he goes to Ross. He's like, hey, you got to teach me how to fight with my left. I can't fight with my other arm because he sustained an injury, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. So then through the rest of the movie, we have the other motif that comes from Rocky 5 now because Ava doesn't want Doug to fight anymore because if he fights, he'll ruin his body or something like that, and he can't play hockey anymore. And they're having the family, and she was caring about the family and all that stuff. So there's a little bit of an issue there, and so that rips right from Adrian in Rocky 5, where she doesn't want Rocky to fight anymore because of the family. He's got the brain concussion that could mess him up any time. So there's that element of Rocky in this movie as well. And then as the movie goes on, she has the baby. She pretty much tells him to fight, just like Adrian does after she comes out of the coma. So now Ross is in there. He's like, I'm going to fight, but technically he doesn't. He does fight at the very end, which is great. And then there's the final one of the final climactic scenes. Excuse me, I burped. Yeah, I did that. I'm not editing it out though. So and then there's this climactic scene with Ross versus Kane, and it's a fight. So this is pretty much Apollo versus Drago in Rocky 4 because Ross gets his ass handed to him by Andrews Kane. Just gets destroyed, and they had to walk him out, take him out on a stretcher. He was knocked the fuck out, and so they had to take him out. And that's kind of Rocky 4-ish because Draco kills Apollo. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Rocky 4. So that motif plays in this one, and now Rocky, aka Doug, gets angry and beats the crap out of Kane. So there's all these Rocky motifs in this movie. Like it's pretty much Rocky. It's Rocky 3 to 5 in this movie, The Goon 2, The Last Enforcer. So if you don't want to go see the Rocky franchise, you can just go check this one out. That's fine. I don't think it was okay. Like I was thinking that the whole time I was watching this movie because I'm a big fan of the Rocky franchise. So all the beats that were going on in this movie, I was just like, I'm seeing this. This is Rocky 2. This is Rocky 3, and blah blah blah, you know. And so kind of it didn't turn me off from the movie. It didn't. It just made me go, I've seen this before. So I guess I should have pointed this out too. This reminds me of like a Canadian B flick. Like I don't know if this is going to be released down in America, but this is definitely a Canadian movie. Like 100% made for Canadians by Canadians, and it was good. Like it was good. Like it's not as good as Goon 1. Goon 1 is way better. Goon 2, it's mediocre. I think. I only laughed maybe once or twice. It is a comedy after all, and I laughed maybe once or twice. And my favorite scene in the movie is the airplane. There's the airplane scene because the coach, he's doing his motivational talk to the team, like, yeah, you guys are kicking ass. We're going to the next city. We're going to kick their ass too. But they're on a commercial flight, and they're in the commercial, I guess the Gen Pop seating area. So he's doing this motivational speech to the players and the rest of the passengers, and there's like little girls, like little kids and stuff in that, and the little girl and the grandpa's holding their ears, and because he's just like going off like fuck this, fuck that, and all this. It was pretty funny. It made me laugh quite a bit because it was just such a stupid scene, but it made me laugh. And like there's the flight attendant trying to tell him to stop and stuff, and then they do this. He finishes his speech with a little whisper, and then they do the chant of the team, like "Go Ice Dogs" or something like that. I can't remember. It was just so funny. I like that scene. It was a good scene. Aside from that, if you want to go see this movie, I would recommend you see it on a cheap night. I wouldn't waste my scene points if I was you. I used my scene points to get in on this, so don't waste your scene points on it or your hard-earned cash. Go see it cheap night, $2 Go. Actually, they don't do $2 Tuesdays anymore. What am I saying? That's not happened since like '90s. So go and check it out on a cheap night for sure. Take your woman, take your dude, whatever. Go check it out on cheap night. What else can I say about this movie? That's really it. It's okay. Go see it on cheap night. Stay for the credits because they actually have some good outtakes. And that's the thing I wanted to point out. The outtakes made me laugh a lot. The outtakes were like funny. And those outtakes weren't in the movie. And what was in the movie wasn't as funny as what was the outtakes. And I kind of was like, wow, they should have kept these outtakes in because they made me laugh a little bit more than the actual movie. So I don't know. That was their choice. Other than that, you know, it's another hockey movie. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so that's really the end of this review. Go see it, cheap night. That's really it. I wouldn't. Will I see it again on Netflix? Maybe. If I have nothing else to watch, I'd probably watch it again on Netflix. But nah. Nah. Sorry. Nah. Just go see it on cheap night or don't see it at all. Or wait till Netflix, whatever. But watch one and done. That's all. Wait, this hand. One and done. That's all you need for this one. Go watch Goon 1. Goon 1 is really good. Watch that 4 times like I did. Go watch Goon 1. Leave Goon 2 alone. Yes. And so that's the end of that review. Thanks everybody. Like, subscribe, follow. I gotta have a better transition in there. Comment below. Let's do some comments. Let's talk. I talk back to you guys in the comments. So we'll have a commentary section of chit chat and shit. Oh yeah, wait, was there a good part? The sports desk stuff. That's right. Sorry, but I ended it. But now I'm coming back to something that just came to my mind because what's his face? TJ's in it. Dude from Deadpool. Hold on, I got his name here. TJ Miller. I forgot. TJ Miller's in it. He does the sports desk stuff, and that was funny. That was funny. It wasn't super funny, but what he was doing with Sports Desk and just him with, was it James Duffy? I think it was Duffy. Yeah, James Duffy or Jim Duffy. I can't remember. I haven't watched Sports Desk in forever, but he was also doing the commentary, like the sport desk stuff, and that was funny. It was stupid, but it was funny. It was just like very ad-libbed, which was pretty good. So anyways, that's the end of that review, guys. What's coming up? I'm going to probably do a review. I'm definitely doing a review for Beauty and the Beast. I'm going to see it tomorrow. I meant to see it today, but I screwed up on my timing. The afternoon movie for Beauty and the Beast was VIP, and I'm not paying VIP for one dude to go check out Beauty and the Beast. Cut that, you know what I'm saying? But I will be going to see it tomorrow afternoon. 12:30. Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out, guys, and I'll come back with a review probably tomorrow or maybe Monday. I got some stuff to do tomorrow, but you'll definitely have a review soon for Beauty and the Beast, and I might review Iron Fist. I've just finished episode 6. I'm liking Iron Fist so far. I don't know what all the hate is all about, but I might do a quick first 6 episode review of Iron Fist and then do the last 7 episodes for Iron Fist. We'll see about that one. If you guys want it, just leave a comment below and I'll do it. Other than that, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for commenting and liking, and I will keep these up. I got a whole bunch. I love going to see the movies and I love talking about movies, so I will check them out and talk about them and make you guys laugh. Maybe. All right, guys. Everybody have a good weekend and peace out. See you at the movies.